What inspired you to start Peach State Pride?
Well, I always say I kind of stumbled upon it, but I've always been real passionate about Georgia, just the state, and I love asking people where they're from, and um, that's always just so fascinating to me. Just meeting people from all over the state of Georgia. Kind of started doing that in college, and then I'd start when I can remember in college too. I would just like take every back road I could to get to Millersville, and just kind of starting to learn about the state of Georgia, and just fascinated by it. And so just real passionate about Georgia. And I'd grown up picking peaches with my grandfather. So I was kind of, we're the peach state. Like in our house, the Chitwood house, like peaches were a big deal. And being from the peach state kind of meant something to me because we had that connection to peaches. And I was the year after I graduated from Georgia College, I was building playgrounds for a company, and we kept most of the playgrounds we were building that year were in South Carolina, and I kept going to all these small South Carolina towns, and everywhere you'd go, you'd see the palm tree crescent moon, and it would be on murals, it would be on license plates and stickers and T-shirts, and I was just like, man, it's so cool that South Carolina has this logo for their state, basically, and so I've always kind of been a creative, kind of think outside the box type person. So just went back to Athens. I was living in Athens at the time, and I sketched it out and I showed it to a couple friends, and I was like, I'm going to make this the logo for the state of Georgia, and that was my plan. It wasn't necessarily clothing, and my roommates at the time said you should make some T-shirts and hats. So went and did that, and didn't have any idea what was going on at that time, which were these Southern clothing lines that were just starting. So this was 2009, and these Southern marshes and Southern proper Southern tides were just kind of starting to come on the scene. They Most of those had started in like 2006, and so it was kind of becoming this thing at the time, and I didn't know that. And but in 2009, we were still kind of on the front end of a lot of that stuff. And so I always say I didn't know what I was doing, and but people were buying it, and we were so much on the front end that we could kind of learn on the fly, and just every time I'd make a run of shirts or hats, I would sell out of them, just kind of wheeling and dealing. And then Red Akins from the Peach Pickers got one of my hats, and a couple other country music artists got some of our hats, and it just took off. I mean, it was crazy. Just complete luck. Gave us a nice revenue stream,